American. He was a strong critic of English language. He went to the extent of saying he hated English language because it does not depend on logic. He went to the extent of saying no two Englishmen can understand each other. No two Englishmen can understand each other. That means what? Every region it is different and everywhere it is different. So many, no rules as such, and everyone thinks his English is right. And he brought out a phonetic system which is based more on logic. Today if you take English pronunciation, it does not depend on logic. What you write and what you say, sometimes they don't tally. So his system goes more with logic, and whatever you write, the same thing you can say. Whatever you say, the same thing you can write. All Britishers hate this person. He criticized English a lot. Now what is his quote for today? A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Nice quote, right? It is better to make mistakes than not doing anything, keeping quiet. So action is important. No action cannot be justified. But your action with mistakes, better compared to no action at all. Now this paper, we'll see what is the paper number. 644, you have the first 10 questions passage. The passage is rather, sometime back it was in the limelight. It is all about juvenile delinquency. Delinquency means what? Crime. Juvenile, young boys and girls. Crime committed by young boys and girls, especially between 16 and 18. In the West, it's a major problem. Now it has come to our country, here and there, sporadic in nature, not regular. But this came into the limelight because of the incident that happened in the month of December, way back in 2014 or 16, it happened. I think it has been mentioned in the passage. When was it? This passage, a useful passage related to children. It goes with socio-cultural problems. And about 8 questions based on vocabulary and phrases. Only 2 questions based on comprehension. But those 2 questions are rather difficult. One deals with what is true, the other deals with what is not true. So they take a lot of time. And para-jumble rather easy. First 4 sentences, easy. The next 3 sentences also easy. I think total 7, am I right? 4 plus 1 is independent. After that 4, then 2. So 1 plus 4 plus 2, what is the number? 7. Easy to make out. And 5 errors, very short sentences. You should get all the 5 correct, should not be a problem. Close test, to some extent, I don't say easy. Neither easy nor difficult. I would rather say moderate. And the last 5, I don't think you will get time to answer those. If at all you get time, that will be a surprise. Still, you may not get time to answer all the questions. What is the reason? Each question has how many options? 4 options, 4 sentences. Each option, each sentence, you have to decide one particular word. That means you see 2 words, 2 into 4, 8. 8 into 5, how many words you have to deal with? 40 words. For how many marks? 5 marks. That takes a lot of time, not advisable. In my opinion, this paper, good score between 13 and 15. You should be very happy. 13 and 15, good score. Now, shall we see the questions related to the passage? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Now, here we will start with question number 1. We have to be very attentive and we have to do it fast. What is the reason? I have to stop by sharp 3 to 3:30, the Hindu paper. You will be getting the handouts, and half an hour we will be working on Hindu editorial analysis. Which of the following is a synonym of the word clamor? That's an important word. It goes with the newspaper English and written English. Please put a star mark. Clamor, uproar. Uproar means what? First you write the meaning of the word clamor. Or before that we'll see the context. Ever since a juvenile offender was given a light sentence in the Delhi gang rape case of 2012, under the existing child-friendly laws, there has been a clamor to treat juveniles involved in heinous crimes as adults. Now, what do you understand? Clamor means what? Some sort of protest, noisy protest. So, write the meaning of clamor. Clamor means noisy protest. He is going, those who don't have the paper, those who don't have today's paper, please raise your hands. He is going to distribute. Today's mock test paper 644, those who don't have, please raise your hands. You understand what I say? So clamor means what? Noisy protest. Now what is the first option here? Uproar. Uproar also means same thing, noisy protest. Hold that one. Disturbance, related but not exactly the same. Protest, related but not exactly the same. Transition. What is the meaning of the word transition? Change. None of these. So what is the answer here? Uproar is the answer. Shrikant. Now write the meanings of these words. First you write the meaning of clamor. Which part of speech is it? It's a noun as well as a verb. Yellow. Yellow, yellow. A loud and confused. Give me a minute. No problem. Next. Next. Okay. So what is the meaning of the word clamor? A loud and confused noise, especially that of people shouting. Clamor, uproar, this place, please write assembly, parliament. They go with these places, assembly, parliament, yes. What is it? Why it is not? No, you're asking about one of the options. Which option? That's what I said, protest. It's only one word, whereas he is going to leave. Has everyone got the mock test paper? Please respond. Anyone without the mock test paper? The Hindu paper, please distribute. So protest does not talk about whether it is noisy or quiet. Protest could be of two types. One is noisy, giving out the slogans or shouting the slogans. You can also protest silently. You sit in front of the CM's office or the house, you don't say a word, and it's silent protest. But uproar and also clamor, it has, please underline the word, the meaning, loud and confused, loud, noisy. What is the dimension here? Noisy protest is called uproar or clamor. Whereas protest could be noisy, it could be silent. That's your doubt. Am I right? So protest is not complete. Satisfied? Or you have, sure, fine. So have you written the meaning of the word clamor? Next word is also an important word. Please write uproar. A loud. Here you have to focus on the key word loud. Loud means what? Noisy. Loud and impassioned noise or disturbance. Usually in the parliament, imagine the opposition doesn't like a particular policy or a statement of the ruling party members. What happens the next second? You see an uproar in the parliament. Means what? Very noisy. They shout. They make a lot of noise. That's what it means. Transition, simple word. What is the meaning? The process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. Written already. Super fast today. Because of the break, you got 2 days, I think, no classes. Courtesy elections. Shall I move on to the next question? Which of the following is a synonym of the word heinous? Heinous or heinous, both are right. This is a little tricky. First, we'll see the context. It is unfortunate that the government seems determined to introduce legal provisions to ensure that children between the ages of 16 and 18 are tried as adults if they commit heinous or heinous crimes, offenses such as murder and rape. Now, he wants similar meaning. What is the first word? Biggest. Is it the right answer? No, mark it wrong. Abhor. That's also an important word. Write the meaning of the word. I think the meanings are there. Abhor means something disgusting. Don't write, I'll show you. Disgusting, not relevant. Despicable, that is also something like disgusting, not acceptable. Atrocious. The answer here is atrocious. Please write the first you tick the fourth option. Atrocious means barbaric, savage, uncivilized. Barbaric means what? Like an animal. Today we call ourselves civilized. What is the difference between a man and an animal? Animals don't have civilization. We have civilization, right? And when someone behaves like an animal, we say barbaric, savage, uncivilized. Then we use the word atrocious. So now write the meanings of these words. First you write the meaning of heinous or heinous, of a person or wrongful act, especially a crime. Utterly odious or wicked. Underline the word wicked. Abhor, abhorrence, noun form, disgust, disgusting or hatred. Hatred, it causes a lot of hatred. Despicable also means the same, deserving hatred and contempt. Loathsome, detestable. All are important words. Please, all these words go with written English. You must have written the meaning of the first word. So, atrocious means what? Horrifyingly wicked, but more we say brutal, barbaric, savage. Savage means animal, like animal nature. Shall I change? Are you still writing? Okay. What is the question number now? Question number 3. What does the author mean by the phrase forward-looking aspects of the bill? Forward-looking, does it sound positive or negative? The unknown-looking phrases in the bill, right? Wrong. The loopholes in the bill, underline the word loopholes. Loopholes means what? The gaps which can be exploited. The gaps in the bill, not correct. Future facet of the bill, hold that one. Underline the word facet. Facet, write the meaning, dimension. Multifaceted personality means what? Multidimensional. Facet means dimension. Also write the expression multifaceted. Some people are highly talented, they can sing, dance, do so many things. Then what do we say? Multifaceted personality. Future success of the bill. Hold this also. You have to decide between the third and the fourth. Forward-looking aspects, it has a positive connotation. It doesn't talk about future. It talks about a positive connotation. Based on that, what should be the answer? How many of you have chosen the fourth option? That is the answer. Forward, future success of the bill. Future facet is dimension. It doesn't talk about the dimension, future dimension. I know what your doubt is. If you take the third option, future dimension, it could be positive, it could be negative. Future dimension is any guarantee it is positive. Your future is any guarantee you can tell confidently it is positive or negative. Whereas, let me complete. Whereas, future success of the bill, here is talking about the bill. What is the context? We see the context. Instead, please go to the last sentence of the passage, first page. Instead, it should pursue the other forward-looking aspects of the bill. The other forward-looking aspects. Now substitute the other future aspects. Is it right? Now please respond. The other future aspects of the bill or the other positive aspects of the bill, which one sounds better? Obviously, bill is always about the future. We don't talk about that. Answer is the fourth option. Shall I move on to the next one? Choose an appropriate title for the passage. Unequal scales for juveniles. What is the meaning of the word scales here? Please underline the word scales. Not a regular scale. Scale means what? If you go to a court, what do you see? You see a small statuette. The lady, eyes blindfolded, and what does she hold? Those are called scales. And what do they depict? Justice. What do they depict? Justice. So here, hold the first option. The loopholes and the cabinet bill, not correct. Bill and its role, too general a statement. The cabinet and the bill, again general. Juveniles, humane or inhumane. But is it about the juveniles or is it about the juvenile crime, delinquency and the law? What is it about? The law related to the juveniles. So the answer is the first option, unequal scales for juveniles. For adults, one system; for juveniles, another system. So how do you express that? Effectively, unequal scales for juveniles. How many of you have chosen the first option? I appreciate all those students. That's highly appreciable. What is the meaning of the word humane? Please write the meaning. Humane means kind. K-I-N-D, kind. Humane. Shall I move on to the next one? Question number 5. Which of the following is true according to the passage? All of you please go to, this is question number 5, the first option. The government is going to have a differential system for those involved in crimes. Here it is, the second paragraph, the third paragraph, the third line. No, that is about 5.2, I think. All of you please go to the last paragraph, the 12th line. You have to be a little fast. The last paragraph, 12th line. Just count 1 to 12. How does it go? The government would do well to drop its attempt to have a differential system for those involved in heinous crimes. What does this option say? The government is going to have, but what does the sentence say? Going to drop. So is it right or wrong? Mark it wrong. Justice J.S. Verma Committee. All of you please go to the last paragraph, the third line. Last paragraph, the third line. Nor did the Justice J.S. Verma Committee, which made far-reaching recommendations on the legal framework for treating sexual offenses, suggest such changes. So what does the option say? Recommended the changes, but the sentence says quite opposite. So is it right or wrong? Mark it wrong. The government is going to train policemen and will not hire psychologists and social experts. No, the third one, I'm sorry. The cabinet has cleared the new form of bill. Where do you see this? All of you please go to the second paragraph, the 6th line. Second paragraph, 6th line. Shall I read out the sentence? However, the amended bill now cleared. So what is the cabinet has cleared the new form of the bill. So is it true or not true? Take that one. The government is going to train policemen and will not hire psychologists and social experts. Please go to the last, the second paragraph, the last line. The government claims that since this assessment will be done with the help of psychologists and social experts. So that is also not true. So what is the answer based on that? Third option is the answer. Question number 6, which of the following is not true? Please underline that. And to save time, here I don't want to touch all of them. It takes a lot of time. Answer is a third option. We'll check whether it is right or wrong. What does it say? Parliamentary committees approved the provision, has approved the provision that a person who had committed an offense when aged between 16 and 18, but was apprehended, underline the word apprehended. In this context, apprehended means what? Arrested. Apprehended means what? Arrested. Only after crossing the age of 21. Now, all of you please go to the last paragraph, sentence number 8. Shall I read out? It has heeded the parliamentary committee's objection to clause 7 and dropped the arbitrary provision that a person who had committed an offence aged between 16 and 18 but was apprehended only after crossing the age of 21. So is this true or not true? Not true. What is the answer here? The third option is the answer. But my suggestion, see, any passage at the national level, any competitive exam, if you get 5+, that is pretty good. And if you get between 6 and 8, that is more than what you can expect. You cannot get all the 10 correct, rarest of rare. So 7, 8, you should be extremely happy. One shot, you get 7 marks or 8 marks. And 2 questions you think they take a lot of time, skip them. Focus on other questions. Now here 5 and 6, they take a lot of time. You got to check all the options, not advisable questions. I hope it's clear. Now question number 7, which of the following is a synonym of the word rigorous? Rigorous is different, rigorous. Disregard. Please respond. No. Diligence. Diligence, what is the meaning? Hard work. Diligent person means hard-working person. Lethargy. Very lazy, very slow and lazy. Ignorance, negligence. But the answer here, the second option, please write diligence. Now write the meaning of the word rigorous. Extremely thorough and careful. Extremely thorough and careful. Disregard, pay no attention to or ignore. No respect. Disregard. Diligence you have got many a time. Hard work. A lethargy, a lack of energy and enthusiasm. We also say sluggish, like a snail, very slow. Have you written all? Shall I change? Is it question number 8? Synonym of the word heeded. Now what is the context? It has heeded the parliamentary committee's objection to clause 7. So what do you understand? It has heeded means it has listened, it has considered, it has taken notice, any of these. Now what is the first option here? Ignore. Does it mean that? No. Forget? No. Overlook? No. Notice. And what is the last option? Neglect. Not correct. Answer is what? Notice. This is an important word, heeded. Write the meaning of that. Part of speech, a verb, pay attention to or take notice of. Usually it goes with, please write, heed to someone's advice, listen to, pay attention to. Now shall I read out the next one? What is the intention of the author behind this article? To applaud the government's step of clearing the new bill on juvenile conviction? No. To justify the new bill cleared by cabinet? You are not responding. To give the pros and cons of the new bill as per common man. It talks about the pros and cons. Please underline the expression. Pros and cons means what? Advantages and disadvantages. So answer is the third option. And what is the fourth option? To thrash. That's not the right word here. Write the meaning of the word thrash. Thrash means to beat someone severely. One of the meanings, a typical meaning, to beat someone severely. Another meaning in this context, attack. To thrash means what? To attack. Shall I read out the last one? Rehabilitation. What is the context? It should not be forgotten that making children face an adult criminal court would mar, please underline the word mar. Mar means spoil. Write the meaning of the word spoil. Mar what? Spoil the prospect of their rehabilitation. Spoil the prospect of their rehabilitation. So he wants similar meaning. Damage? No. Re-establishment. Seems right? Hold that one. Hurt? Not correct. Injury? Not correct. Harm? Not correct. Rehabilitation, re-establishment, also right. Resettle, resettle. And it usually goes with, please write, drug addicts, rehabilitation centers. Please write rehabilitation center. It goes with drug addicts. It also goes with alcoholics, but generally drug addicts, rehabilitation center. Is that the last one? So how do you find this? Easy or difficult? Moderate, okay. Now we'll see the next 5 questions deal with what? Parajumble. You should get it right, but 4 and 5, if you are not attentive, they go off the track. One word is enough to decide the last 2. That means 6 and 7. One word is enough. That also based on grammar knowledge. You have learned already. First, we'll take the elimination approach. We'll see the first sentence. Can A be the first sentence? Underline it is. B be the first sentence? Moreover. Nor. Can it be the first sentence? It. No. The reason is not the reason. The definite article? No. And also, they can sell things. What is F? Our citizens will have to learn at least one foreign language. This is an independent sentence. Seems the first one, hold that one. The native of any country is immersed in his own language and never sees it as a linguistic structure. Between these two, you have to decide. Which one seems the first sentence? F is the first sentence. Here, the opening sentence is about the need or the requirement. What is it? Our citizens will have to learn at least one foreign language. Then the writer uses 3 sentences. Reasons. The 3 sentences deal with what? Reasons. All the 3 are easy. First he says, it is not because of. Not because of. Then the next sentence should be nor. And the third sentence, he wants to emphasize, it is not even. What is the clue for you here? Even, the word even. So what is the second sentence? The reason is not so that they can sell things. Please underline. Not so that. That is the second sentence. And what is the third sentence? C is the third sentence. Because not is there, the next one should be, nor is it because they will gain satisfaction in recognizing the Latin roots of the word satisfaction. What is the fourth sentence? Emphasis. It is not even because. All the 3 talk about the reasons. What is the sentence number? 4. So one opening statement, why one has to learn, our citizens have to learn a foreign language. Then 3 sentences deal with reasons. It is, the reason is not because. Then nor is it. It is not even because. Do you see the order? Then it is tricky. What is the next sentence? How many have you got so far? 4. How many sentences are there? Now here you have one more. What is it? Moreover. Moreover, you cannot learn what you ought to know about language from talking about his own. That also stands independent. Just ignore that one. I said next two based on grammar knowledge. What is the fifth sentence? G is the fifth sentence. What is it? The native of any country. Here you should, those who focus on the word native, they get the next one. Please underline the word native. The native of any country is immersed in his own language and never sees it as a linguistic structure. Now, native, which part of speech is it? Noun. After that, you want to repeat the same, you will use a pronoun. So here, they have used a masculine gender. Where is that? Which option is that? Here, hold this one, somewhere else I have seen. How many sentences do you have? This is the fifth one, am I right? What are the remaining sentences? One is B, what is the other one? Huh? D. D already we have selected. E. One is, no, one is A we have selected. B is there, hold that one. C already we have selected. D already we have selected. No, we have selected. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped that one. Where does it come? I will tell the structure. First, he says our citizens have to learn a foreign language, one. Then 3 sentences related to reasons, all negative. It is not because, nor it is. It is not even. So how many have you got? 4. Then he says it is because. So what is this number? This one is what? 5. It is because they cannot understand their own language unless they have studied another. I skipped 5th one. Then what is this one? This is 6. And what is the last one with the pronoun? What is B? You got it now? Simple. Now, because a lot of students haven't been getting the correct order, today I wanted to present, we will see this one. Construction of the paragraph. Now, what is the first sentence here? Statement. What is the statement? Our citizens will have to learn at least one foreign language. Then, not reasons. How many sentences? 3. The reason is not so that, nor is it because. It is emphasis. Where is it? It is not even because. Then he says, what is the reason? It is because they cannot understand. So how many have you got so far? 5. And the last 2, the native of any country. After that, you use a pronoun. What is a pronoun? He cannot learn. Now you got the structure. How many of you have got the correct order? Please raise your hands. Okay. Fine. We will move on to the next set of questions. What do they deal with? Spot the errors. I said all are easy, should not be a problem. Forget about the parts. I'll read out the sentence, then you tell me where the error is. The great actor was angry with the treatment during the party in Ashoka Hall. First, you underline the word was angry. The great actor was angry. It goes into the past. But here the word angry, it may take the preposition at, it can take at, it can also take with. My question, when does it take with, when does it take at? If a thing, we use at. A person, with. But here, please underline the treatment. Person or thing? Thing. Then is this word right? So what is the correct preposition? At the treatment. The great actor was angry at the treatment, not with the treatment. Person with, thing at. Hope you got it. Shall I read out the next one? This book is designed increasing the working knowledge of spoken and written English. Will you say the book is designed to increase or increasing? So where is? The book is designed to do what? To increase the working knowledge of spoken and written English. Easy one. Don't go by his appearance. He is capable at doing any work without any hesitation. Underline the word capable. Capable at or capable of. So where is the error? At is not correct. Change it to capable of doing any work. Don't go by his appearance. He is capable of doing. Put a star mark 19th one. Jayant told me that Mihir expect every friend to meet him once a week. Now first you should underline told me. You have to think of reported speech or indirect speech. What could be the actual statement? Indirect speech. Jayant said, comma, inverted commas, what? Every friend, Mihir, no, he must have said, I expect every friend to meet me once a week. What is the actual statement? I expect every friend to meet me once a week. When you change it to reported speech, how does it go? Jayant said, that changes to told me, that present changes to I expect. Which tense is it? Present tense. Changes to which tense? Past tense. So Jayant told me that Mihir expect or expected? Please correct it. Expect is not correct. Expected. Expected every friend to meet him once a week. That doesn't change. Shall I move on to the next one? Are you aware that by making me waiting for a long time, my schedule is getting upset? Will you say, are you aware that by making me waiting or wait? Please strike off. By making me wait for a long time, my schedule is getting upset. All are easy, short sentences, only one clause. How many of you have got all the 5 correct? Oh, this is really surprising. 4 correct? Okay, fine. So the next 5 questions, what do they deal with? Now here, what to recollect based on these questions? One is prepositional combinations. From the exam point of view, how many combinations? About 100. A reported speech, how many rules? About 10. Conditional sentences, how many? 4. Verb forms like gerund, infinitive, how many rules? About 5 of them. Now we'll see the cloze test. I hope it's not going very fast. You're able to follow. Religion is becoming a ready excuse for indulging in. Underline the word indulge. You have got this word many a time. Indulge means what? To get into, indulge in bad habits means what? To get into bad habits. Don't indulge in bad habits. To do something, usually negative. Indulging in what? Irrational and otherwise behavior. Unintelligible. Write the meaning of the word intelligible. Intelligible means understandable. Unintelligible, not understandable. Indefensible. You cannot defend your behavior. Here defend means what? Justify. Hold that one. Justifiable. That is positive. Unmaintainable. Not relevant here. Manageable. Not relevant here. So, irrational and otherwise, it should be a negative word. Where is a negative word? Intelligible, no. Understanding. Intelligible means what? Understanding. Here, what is the answer? Indefensible. Something that cannot be defended or something that cannot be justified. Religion is becoming a ready excuse for indulging in irrational and otherwise indefensible behavior. Clear? From encroaching public land. Underline the word encroach. Encroach means what? Occupy illegally. Occupy illegally. Someone's property or public property. Either someone's property or public property. Encroach. What is a noun form? Encroachment. From encroaching public land to browbeating. Please underline the word browbeating. That's an important word. Write the meaning. Browbeat means what? Intimidate. What is the meaning of the word intimidate? Frighten. Intimidate means what? Frighten. This is a little confusing. There are two words. What is the first option here? Jurisprudence. Write the meaning of that. The legal system or the law. Legal system or law. Write the meaning of the word jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means authority, power in a particular area. Authority or power. So here people, politicians, common man. But it talks about, the context talks about the law, the legal system. From encroaching public land to browbeating, the first option, jurisprudence, that is the answer. What is the answer? The system, intimidating the system. Not jurisdiction. Jurisdiction generally goes with, if you take a collector, we ask the question, what is his jurisdiction? Means restricted to which particular area. It talks more about the scope of the power, the scope of the authority. So what is the answer here? The first option is the answer. To one's own advance, religion is being increasingly for satisfying nonsense, even nonsense. What is that? Satisfying, increasingly disposed. I hope you guys are listening. Somehow I feel you got disconnected somewhere. No? Fine. Dispose means what? Dispose of something. To throw away, to reject, to stop using, dispose. Is it relevant here? No, mark it wrong. Redistributed, not relevant here. Position, not relevant here. Deploy. Deploy means what? To take position, to place in position. Religion is being increasingly deployed for satisfying nonsense. That seems perfect. So what is the answer here? Deployed, fourth option. Advertised, not relevant in this context. Politics, said G.B. Shaw, is a last resort of scoundrels. Underline the expression, the last resort. Means the last option. The last resort here means what? Write the meaning, the last option of scoundrels. Scoundrels, you know, negative word or positive word? We must do what? Guarantee that religion, certify that religion, ensure that religion does not suffer, confirm, promote. So what is the answer here? Third option. Ensure that religion does not suffer similar in the land of religions. Similar what? Demotion. What is the opposite of promotion? Demotion, not relevant here. Deposition, deposition, position, deposition, not relevant here. Discard. Discard also means to remove, to eliminate. Shaming, not relevant. What is the fifth option? Degradation. Similar degradation in the land of religions. Degradation means what? Bring down the standards of something. Degrade. Bring down the quality of something. So G.B. Shaw, a famous writer, playwright, he was a writer and also a playwright, 1856 to 1950, was an Irish playwright and activist. He is best known for his abundant plays and his contribution to literature. He was also awarded a Nobel Prize for Literature in 1925. He has written a book called The Pygmalion. It is all about English pronunciation, satire on English pronunciation. And they've taken a movie, a big hit in the Hollywood, My Fair Lady. It's all about My Fair Lady. It's all based on the play Pygmalion, the Pygmalion. Very interesting. In that, a professor of English phonetics and phonology takes a girl in the street who sells flowers and trains her to speak with standard English pronunciation. The movie is all about that. Okay. Shall I move on to the last set of questions? Time taking, but we'll do it. Forget about the key. There are errors. Go with the words. I'll tell what is the right word, tick that word. After that, if you see the same option, it is the answer. If you don't see, none or whatever it is, that doesn't matter. Now here, though the story was centered on some historical. Shall I speak? So please write the meaning of the word historic. Historic means famous. Famous. So many words are there, but simple, famous. Write the meaning of historical. Something that goes into the past. Related to the past. History. So in this context, figures, though the story was centered on some, famous or not, we don't know, but historical, they belong to the past. So what is the answer here? A or B? B is the answer, historical figures. It was mainly fiction. It was mainly fiction. What is the meaning of the word fiction? Fiction means creation, imagination. Please write. Imagination. If you take, I really wonder, 2 days gap, a lot of students, they are not yawning a lot. It's really surprising. And the numbers also come down today. Saturday special. We don't see a lot of students. So now here, please write, I was talking about something. If you take those who speak English fluently, the convent-educated boys and girls, they read, as kids, they read a lot of comics and English novels. And many of those English novels, fiction. If you take English novels, 2 types, fiction, non-fiction. Fiction means what? Hero, heroine, villain, like our Telugu movies, all imaginative. And non-fiction based on facts. Okay, so fiction. Now what is the answer? Historical. The accused made a passionate, underline the word passionate. Passion means what? A lot of interest. A lot of interest. Passionate about something means a lot of interest and enthusiasm. The accused made a passionate effort before the judge to ensure his innocence. No, ensure is not correct. Assert his innocence. Assert. Write the meaning of the word. First you write one word in your notebook. Assertive. Assertive. Today if you go to the private sector, they use this word. They say quite often you have to be assertive. Assertive means firm. Firm on your decision. F-I-R-M. Firm. You know the word firm means you don't change. Firm on your decision. I will tell you an interesting incident. Morning, it happened this morning. I took the class KPHB branch. Before I went to the branch, I wanted to have coffee. I stopped at a small shop. I was having my coffee. And a group of people came, about 8 ladies and 2 guys, all teachers. I don't want to mention the name of the school. See how the values have come down. So all 10 teachers, and they wanted to have coffee, and they were discussing. They were holding the brochures or pamphlets of that particular school, all very expensive, multicolored, offset printing, and glossy paper. What I understood, what I could make out, they were given the assignment to go to different houses or places, tell about the school, and distribute the pamphlets or brochures. So one lady said to the guys, no, you don't have to come, you go to your room and relax. She was telling, you don't have to come with us, you go to your room and you just relax, and we will do some shopping and we'll go back, no problem. Now what is the assignment? To go and distribute the pamphlets. Now, had they been assertive, it is not their job, frankly speaking. What is the job of a teacher? To teach. That is the job of a marketing guy. Perhaps the management wanted to save money. They took the services of the teachers. And the teachers, had they been assertive, I'm giving why I told this context, to make you understand the meaning of the word assertive. Had they been assertive, they would have told, sir, it is not our job. Please send someone else. That is fair enough. But saying yes and telling others to go home and relax and doing shopping, end of the day they tell the management, we have distributed all the pamphlets. And usually you find these pamphlets in some restaurant, and they use for what? Packing. Either pakodi or some samosa or something else. That is the fate of these pamphlets. It happens every time. So what is the problem here? Two problems. One being teachers, not expected behavior. Second, lack of assertiveness. Today at the workplace also we say you got to be assertive. Manager tells you some work, you have your own values. It goes out of the way. It is not something legal or acceptable. You should be assertive enough to tell the manager or the general manager, no sir, I will not do it. Why? It doesn't go with the rules and regulations of the banking sector. Please excuse me. That is being assertive. But you're not assertive, what will you do? You will say yes, you will do. Then what will be the fate of that particular officer? You all must be knowing one brilliant IAS officer from Andhra Pradesh, a lady by name Sri Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi, a youngest IAS officer, a brilliant IAS officer, and she was a commissioner of Vizag city, and she got arrested, she went to jail. Today nobody knows, her health got affected. At the last time when she wanted to appear in the court, she was not in a position to walk also. And courtesy, Jagan case. That time CM was Rajshekar Reddy, YSR. And he must have told, do this, do that. And she could not say no to him. She was not assertive. She signed. And you all know Jagan, how many cases? More than 10 cases, I suppose. Am I right? You all must be knowing that. And who went to jail? This lady had to go to jail. And her career, entire career, a brilliant IAS officer, and she lost her fame, she lost her reputation, she lost her job, and she lost her health also. One reason, what is the reason? Not being what? Assertive. She could not say no to the CM. She should have said that. Today people would have she was a role model for so many girls and boys. Youngest IAS officer, brilliant IAS officer, very unfortunate. So being assertive is very important, do remember. We'll go back to the next one. What is the next one? The authorities complimented her for completing the project well in time. Here what do you understand? They appreciated. So is it I or is it E? E means complete, not relevant here. What is the answer? B is the answer. The invasion was preceded. Precede means what? To come before. Preceded by a massive mobilization of forces along the borders. Proceeded by. Proceed is not correct. Precede is correct. So what is the answer here? Preceded by mobilization of forces. I don't think I can proceed with the matter without your expert. Now what is this and what is that? Which part of speech is this? VISC. No, you have to be attentive. We don't have a lot of time. This is what? No, VISC is a verb form. VICE is a noun form. Here you have to use a verb or a noun. Noun. So what is the answer here? The venue for the event was decided after taking into account the climatic or climactic conditions. A is the answer, not climactic. Did he ever prophesy? This is a bit difficult, but SY is always a verb, CY is always a noun. Write the meaning of that. To predict the future, to predict the future, or to foretell the future. Foretell, F-O-R-E-T-E-L-L, foretell the future. Predict, you all know the word predict. So answer is, did he ever prophesy? A is the answer, verb, it should be verb. The poor countries are finding it difficult to reconcile. Reconcile means to accept the bad situation and take it as a fate. Reconcile concerns about the environment with economic or economical. A, economic growth, not economical. Some of these are difficult because they have given synonyms, some not all. He had unsuccessfully explored every that he hoped might lead to him to success. It's an idiomatic expression, explore all the avenues. What do we say? Explore all the avenues. So what is the answer here? Avenue. The manufacturing units along the river were required to check the effluent. Here write the meaning of this, EFF. It means the liquid waste or sewage from the factories. Simply write liquid waste from the factories. Effluent, write the meaning, means very rich, wealthy, wealthy or very rich. So what is the answer here? A or B? Obviously A is the answer. The unhygienic. Unhygienic means what? Not clean. The unhygienic conditions in the guest houses were a cause of discomfort for the organizers of the event. Both are synonyms, but usage point of view, discomfort better. People generally distrust, mistrust. Again, both are synonyms. Politicians, as politicians' main concern is vote banks. But better option, mistrust. Both are synonyms. It doesn't make any difference. Absolutely no difference. Distrust, mistrust. Both mean the same. They shouldn't have given. Shall I move on to the next one? The farmers pay continuous attention or constant attention. Continuous attention, continuously attention, constant. Better constant means fixed. It doesn't change. This year's rains that persisted continuously, this is a bit difficult, put a star mark, in winter are attributed to climate change. Rains continuously, that is not practically possible except place like Cherrapunji, Meghalaya. That is a place which receives the highest rainfall in our country. All must be knowing that. Here, write the meaning of the word continually. Continually means at regular intervals. At regular intervals. He has a habit of talking on his own to his. Write the meaning of the word imaginative. Imaginative means creative. Creative. And what is the second word? Imaginary. Imaginary means fictional, not real. Already I've got the word fiction, fictional, not real. So he has a habit of talking to his imaginary friend, not real friend. The general declared that the victory came with the minimal loss of lives, not a minimum, minimal loss of lives. But both are synonyms. Please remember, they shouldn't have given those words. Perhaps they have given based on the options. Is that the last one or we have one more? He hired several aides means what? Assistants. So what is the answer here? B is the answer. Please write the meaning of the word AIDS, assistants, to help him in his work. Her masterful, not masterful, answer is masterly. Masterly means efficient, or intelligent, good at something. Masterly personality. Something efficient, intelligent, clever. The chartered accountant went through this is an easy one. You all know maize, that goes with agriculture. Maize means what? Puzzle. Answer is the second option, maze. Maze of papers. During the high tide, the fishermen tied their boats to the pier. So high tide, what is the spelling here? T-I-D-E, high tide, low tide. But you may not get time to answer all these in the exam. And please give me